Hello everyone, and welcome back. In this video, I'll guide you through how to create an embedded request link using the BoldSign Python SDK. Additionally, I'll show you how to customize the toolbar buttons and its actions. If you're new to the BoldSign API, be sure to check out our previous videos. Links are provided in the description. First, make sure you have the BoldSign Python SDK installed. You can install it using pip with the command pip install BoldSign. Since I already have it installed, I'll confirm by running pip show BoldSign. As you can see, the package is installed and ready to go. To create an embedded request, I'm going to copy the code snippets from the developer documentation. I navigate to the developer documentation on this topic, where I find a list of properties and their descriptions, along with code snippets in various programming languages. I copy the Python code snippet for creating an embedded request link and paste it into a newly created Python file. Next, I update the code. In the API client, I set the API key to connect with BoldSign services. If you haven't created your API key yet, you can create one in the BoldSign web app on the API key page under API section. I adjust the position of the signature field. Next, I define the signer details using the document signer object. Here, I provide the signer's name and email address. Set the signer type to signer, and associate the signature field we just created. After setting up the signer, we move on to creating the embedded document request. This is the main request object used to create the embedded send request. I set the document title. I then set the show toolbar property to true to display the toolbar in the embedded interface. This enables the sender to edit form fields, add signers, and adjust field placements. It provides tools for navigating the document and making final changes before sending it for signature. Next, let's look at the additional properties for customizing the request URL. First, the Send View option configures the initial page that loads from the generated URL. You can set this to either the filling page or the prepare page. The filling page allows you to configure document properties such as setting signer details and uploading files, while the prepare page enables you to configure form fields for the signers. I set the Send View option to the prepare page, since I already have the document ready and want the sender to review it before sending it for signature. If you want users to upload their own files and add signers, you can set the View Page option to Filling Page. There's no need to set the form fields or signer details when using this option. To further enhance the sender's experience, BoldSign provides several toolbar customization options. By default, all the toolbar buttons are enabled, but you can disable any of them by setting the corresponding property to false. In this video, I'll hide the navigation button by setting Show Navigation button to false and disable Tooltips by setting Show Tooltip to false. Next, I add the document I need to send for signature by setting its file path. I print the embedded request URL link returned in the response. Once all configurations are in place, I run the sample. The response includes a request URL link, which we use to embed the sending experience directly inside our application. The document created using the embedded request will remain in the draft state until the user completes it and sends it out for signature. I copy the generated embedded request URL link and paste it into the browser. Since we set the Send View option to Prepare Page, the document immediately opens in the Prepare Page view. This page allows the sender to review the document and configure form fields before sending it for signature. The signer details and file attachments are already set, so the document is ready to be sent. You'll notice that the navigation button is hidden, as I disabled it in our code configuration. Next, I'll show you how to embed this link within an iframe so that this prepare page loads directly inside your application. You can choose to open this link in an iframe, a pop-up, or a new tab. For this demo, I'll use an iframe. I navigate to the developer documentation and copy the code snippet for embedding the URL in an iframe. I paste this into my HTML file, set the request URL to the source attribute, and run the sample. When I open this HTML file in the browser, the prepare page is rendered inside the iframe. This means the document configuration interface is now fully embedded within your application. Now let's take it one step further and customize the toolbar using client-side triggers. I go back to the Python script, where I change the Show Toolbar property to false to hide the default toolbar completely. However, I enable specific toolbar actions, send, save, and preview, by setting them to true in the request object. I then run the Python script again to generate the embedded request URL with these updated toolbar configurations. I update the Iframe source in the HTML file. To bring back key actions in a more customized way, I copy the code for creating custom toolbar buttons from the developer documentation and paste it into the HTML file. I also add the corresponding scripts for button actions like save, preview, and send. These will interact with the iframe to control the embedded request flow. Finally, I add the client-side event handlers below the script tag, especially the onCreateSuccess event, which confirms that the document was successfully sent for signing. I add an alert that displays a success message when this event is triggered. I then run the sample. I open the link in the browser. The custom toolbar buttons are now rendered. I can preview the document and then exit the preview by clicking here. I save changes by clicking the Save button. Finally, I send the document for signing. The document has now been successfully sent for signing, and the onCreateSuccess event is triggered, displaying an alert message. That's how you customize the embedded sending process in your application. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to our channel for more BoldSign API tutorial videos.